back, everyone. Open Line. We are hoping to shed light tonight on some unsolved murders in our area. One in Franklin, one in Nashville. We have the moms of both of the young men who were killed, murdered, and they are really hoping that someone will come forward with more information. These cases are older, and they are hoping, they know people saw things, and they hope people will come forward. And it's been frustrating to hear their stories and how they know that people saw what happened and have not said anything. So again, I appreciate both of them coming on. We have Denise Floyd, mother of Jamarcus Esmon, and Latarsha Holt, mother of Tyler Holt. Tyler Holt, 18 years old, just graduated from Stratford, and Jamarcus Esmon, 26-year-old, living in Franklin, the only homicide in Franklin all of last year. And this case is not solved. Let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Ann. Hello, Ann.
Yes, good evening. And thank you to both of your panelists for being here. This subject is a very difficult subject. Unfortunately, I know 4 families that have been impacted by unsolved murders, and going back to the 70s for one of these families. And what I found to be true is the families are the ones who were behind a lot of it when it comes to getting publicity. One, it was fueled by the government, to be honest, and involved government officials, and that's why it got high priority. And one involved parents who were connected with the hospital field, and that's why it got the publicity. But one went totally unnoticed until it was 10 years old. And now it pops up every 5 or 10 years, and they're looking for something. And that's even more frustrating to the family because the first 10 years they couldn't get anything done. And none of us can have empathy for these parents. And there's very little resource for you. So my heart goes out to both of these mothers because there is no resource for them. So thank you for being here, and good luck in finding answers, because that doesn't give you closure, but it does give you just a little bit of peace of mind. So
right.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Ann. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
I'll let each of you respond to Ann. Let's go to Denise. Just respond to what Ann had to say there.
I don't know. All I can say is I'm praying for peace and closure. So I don't know. I'm praying for justice. I don't want to think that 10 years from now, this case is going to still be unsolved. That breaks my heart to even think like that. So I don't know. I don't want to speak that. I'm going to get justice for my baby. I don't care. I'm going to get justice, and I'm not going to stop until I do.
Good for you. And Latarsha, what do you think? One thing she said was that I think she was saying the parents are responsible for the publicity. You all are certainly doing your part by coming on here.
Yeah, we have to be
what
our
did you
sons' voices.
Yeah, what did you think of what Ann had to say, Latarsha?
Yeah.
I think that the waiting process is the hardest thing. I'm hoping and praying that neither one of us have to wait. Miss Denise has already been waiting almost a year. So I'm hoping and praying that her son's case doesn't make it to a year. And in 6 months, my son's will be a year. So I'm hoping within this time, in a short period of time, that both cases get solved. Personally, I don't think I'll get any closure ever because my son isn't coming back. And, there's nothing that I'll ever be able to do to replace him. Peace, maybe peace one day, but I don't see that coming anytime soon either, because just as a parent, I'm very spiritual. I have a Christian heart. I love the Lord, but I can't help but to be angry. I'm angry because my son is gone, first and foremost, But I'm even more upset about the situation that people were there and didn't care enough about him to cooperate. Even if they don't know the exact truth, but whatever they do know, just to let the police know that every little bit counts right now.
Absolutely. That's the main point I hope people get from this. And I bet someone is watching who does know something. And if they know something, they should say something. Yeah, I hope that absolutely happens. Have you been able to talk with other moms, other families that are going through similar things, and how much support is there out there? And Latarsha, I'll start with you on that.
Right now, I'm not in a support group, but I do have a close-knit friend. Her son was murdered. His name was Kenneth Jones. He was murdered 2015. He was also one of Tyler's closest friends. He was murdered walking to the bus stop in Nashville in Forest Park Apartments. His murder is still unsolved. They made arrests, but they didn't get the person that actually killed him. So I have someone close to relate, but right now we're not communicating on that level. And that's because she's still in her grieving process 6 years later. And that's the problem. They don't have her son's killer.
Good grief.
Miss Denise and I are starting to build a new friendship because we're going to do what we can do to stick by each other. If her son's murder is caught before mine, I'm going to still fight with her, and vice versa. If my son's murder is caught first, we're still going to stand together.
Good.
That's right.
Good.
That's right.
Have you been able to find some
Latarsha,
support, Denise? What have you been able to find?
Yes. And I invite you to come with me Thursday if you don't have anything to do at 7:00. Clemmy Greenlee has a group, and it's called Mothers Over Murder. And we meet every other Thursday. We normally do it on Zoom, but she has a building now, and we're going to go to the building Thursday. And they are wonderful. They are wonderful.
I'll get that information from you.
Well, good.
They'll give you plenty of hugs and love.
I need it.
Yes. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back right after this.